There it is.
What up, everybody? It's Ted here from New Wave Aquaria. We're just starting our brand new podcast here, New Wave After Dark. Ugh, that was bad. Podcast. Where all four of us will mention some fun things. We might have a guest or two coming in to, shuffle the deck, kind of get the cards going. You know how it goes. So our main objective here is we're going to be discussing, debating, showcasing, throwing things, stirring the pot, general stuff and things, more or less, and pretty much getting into anything aquarium-wise. And this is going into new products, tips, tricks, cool coral we saw, a fish we might like. Heck, we might even go into lighting. Something crazy. Who knows? The world is our oyster. There will be plenty of dad jokes, too, because that's my specialty. Let's be honest here. Well, let's get into intros. First off, I'm Ted, New Wave Aquaria employee. Been with the team for about 5 years now. Started professionally about 15 years. That's my brief intro. Next up, we'll go all the way down to the end there. Brendan.
I'm Brendan. So I'm probably the newest member on the team here. I've been working at New Wave for about a year. We're coming up close to a year. And my job is essentially the marketing side of things, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far. Next, we'll pass it along to good old Sissa.
So
His real name is Senor.
Sissa.
are we good right there? Okay. So I'm 40. I gotta put that out there. I've been in the hobby since I was 10, so that means it's 30 years of experience. I've been with New Wave for 5 years, I believe, maybe 6, not sure. And yeah, I can do anything and everything.
It's a weird flex.
He's really our jack of all
Sorry.
trades.
Yeah,
Let's
and
be
he's
honest.
very modest. And I'm Jen. I started New Wave a lot of years ago. So I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but yes, I started in high school as a maintenance company. So we do a little bit of everything. We do maintenance. We do have a store location. We grow corals. We sell fish. We treat fish. We just have a really, really good time. We have built an amazing company. We have a ton of knowledge between all of us, over 100 years of experience, which is a lot. And so we just have a lot of things to share. And we hope you enjoy watching our podcast.
She's being modest. We do a lot of crazy things. We do everything and anything aquarium-wise. It's kind of a fun, pretty much the best job I've ever had. Because we get to do what we love. And I think it shows with every tank we do and corals and fish that we have to present. What do you guys think?
Wow. Oh, that was...
I mean, I was more than thrilled to start working, especially with on the coral side of things. Because, even if you're having a rough day, you can still have a bad day. But when you walk into work and you see a coral, it just lifts you up that little bit more, that little bump up. So...
It's like a playground.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why.
Of course, you think it's a playground because you guys play around all day. Well,
Well, I mean, and
Boss
we get
can't
paid
know.
for that.
You've been getting paid?
Oh.
Sorry. Oops. Sorry, Jen.
Oh, secret's out now.
No, but we do some really great builds. We have done like 1,200 gallons. We've done 2,000 gallons. We've done 20 gallons. And so I don't know. It's just been really unique to see over the last 20 years. A lot of years, how much has really changed. I think part of our podcast, which we're going to do, part of the thing that we're going to actually do for New Wave in general is Throwback Thursdays, where I can go back into my outbuilding where I started when I didn't have a physical location for the store, grab something out there that I refuse to throw away because I probably paid too much for it or I just can't let go of it, and bring it back and show you what we came from and what it looks like now. So we have enough material for just that for like the rest of our lives.
We can talk forever about anything.
Caesar can't. He's too quiet. He doesn't like to talk.
Yeah, that's true. Especially when I'm under the gun.
Yep. Pressure's
What
on.
did I say now?
I love it. Love it.
Dropped your paper.
Oh, geez.
So anyway, we're
Destroying
kind of
the
new at this
program.
podcast thing, so we're
I'm
just
pretty sure they can tell.
yeah, pretty sure you guys can tell are new at this podcast thing, so we're just getting our feet wet. What we're going to be doing in the next couple of them, future podcasts, we're all going to name. We have special nicknames for each other. And so we'll have coffee mugs displaying those names. We've had to do a couple different renditions because most of them were inappropriate. So I think that the main point and something that we all want to get across is like, there's so many things out there. There's so many answers to the same question. And so many people get really frustrated because you have no idea where to go, what to expect, what to believe. Do I know everything? No. The day I stop learning is the day that I get out of the hobby. But I think it's a good platform for us to talk about things, for us to debate about things, because we all come from we all have different tanks. Even if you had the same tank in 4 different, the same stuff in 4 different tanks, you'd have 4 different outcomes. So I think it's really important as the industry grows and changes that, I've seen a ton of things from, coral bans to fish bans. Back 25, 26 years ago, you should have seen some of the fish that we got. I've never seen them before, and we probably never should because they're not meant to be in the hobby. But there's been so many changes, and so it's really fun to get the opportunity to kind of like learn from everybody else because, like we were talking about earlier, which you guys probably weren't tuned into, but we have the tech guys, the guys that know a lot more of the technology, and then you have us that don't know what this podcast thing's all about, but we're going to learn and it's going to be a great thing. So, it's always living, forward thinking, moving forward. That's why we've done some fun things with like the farm at the store, moving locations and building from there because that's where our future is.
Yeah. And we might not necessarily have a definitive answers for a lot of these things, but at least it opens the discussion to where, it enables you guys to think for yourselves and, maybe come to a conclusion yourselves or, try something that might work, on your tank and see if we can bring you some extra level of success in this hobby. So,
because there is no wrong answer except for the wrong one.
Except for the wrong one. And we may have that one, but
absolutely, but
don't worry about it.
It just kind of gives you a different point of view from people that have either A, tried it, B, had success with it, or C, have failed miserably trying something. I'll be honest, there's things I've tried that I've just been like, why doesn't this work? On paper, it should work, and in the tank, it doesn't work. And, some things it's personal. Sometimes it just isn't meant to be.
Yep.
Which is also personal, in my opinion.
And I think all of us have unique backgrounds, too. Like Caesar, I always tease him, like he could literally grow an acro in a toilet. Because, I don't know, he takes like this brown stick and makes it something beautiful, and no matter where he is. So that's like his thing. And so I've learned a lot of things from just that aspect, because coming into it 20 years ago, we had like 4 corals, like green star polyp, a long tentacle plate coral, some really bland zoanthids, and clownfish.
Green slimer?
No, we didn't have sticks.
Oh. Well, that's sad.
Nobody really did any sticks because we had VHO lighting, which I'll bring out because I'm pretty sure I still have VHO lighting. Actually, someone came into the store the other day and tried to give me some old VHO end caps, and he's like, I have these. Do you need these? I'm like, yes, I did in 1985, but that's gone, and now I don't need those. And he didn't think that was funny.
Or metal highlights.
Metal highlights, but they actually, if they weren't, if you didn't have to watch your dollars go out the window and the heat.
They grow sticks.
They'd
do.
They'd probably still be in the hobby more if it wasn't because of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because it does. It costs literally an arm and a leg to grow.
Maybe we can talk about a little bit of our tanks.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
now that you went into metal halides,
Fair
Caesar, you might as well lead it off here.
Yep.
So really, we're just poking the bear because we want to hear about Caesar's tank and what he's done.
I don't have metal highlights anymore, sadly to say.
Why?
Because of the heat and because of the power consumption. But
any other reason?
I don't know. What are you digging for here, sir?
I just love the way your tank looked under metal halides in comparison
the
to
colors
LEDs.
of his acros,
Bingo.
there isn't.
You can't.
That's what I was
You
trying to
can't
say.
match it.
Yep.
However,
the bill gets big and the heat in the house is bad.
Yeah.
I mean, in the winter it's okay, keeps the house warm, but in summer,
Yeah, and then you lose AC, and then game
Mm-hmm.
over. So
So
But
tell
I mean-
people what you switch to.
so I'm running Red Sea Lights 160s
How many?
and 4 of them.
Over
7 foot long tank,
how big?
30 inches tall, 2 feet front to back, 280 gallons approximately.
Holy
we
moly!
get a-
That's what she said. Yeah.
I was looking for the sheesh, but
Sheesh, oh no.
That was
That
still
one is
good.
even
That was
better.
still good.
that was
Yeah.
good. That was good.
So, and then I'm also having 2 reef brights, one on each, one in back, one in front,
What type of reef bright?
all blues.
So you like the heavy blue? I see.
Yes, I do. I mean, a little bit of white is good, but heavy blue is good for color.
Now, do you find it just good for color, or par, or anything else, or just color and amount?
You are not gonna get a whole lot of power blues, to be completely honest. Mostly color. If you want growth, then you probably want to put some white in there. So yeah,
One of these days, though, we'll get some actual footage of
Yeah.
Caesar's tank because it's pretty amazing.
we do have some pictures on the website of Caesar's tank. And we now that we're talking about this, we
Oh.
might as well create a section of it to where we just have all of our tanks listed.
Yes,
You know-
I like that idea. And then plus we also have a lot of Caesar's corals in the farm.
that's also the picture there. I think it's still with the old metal highlights on. So
Yeah,
you guys
buddy.
They can see.
Yeah. With
So
the
you
reef
can really
brights.
see
Yep.
And reef brights on there.
how much.
So,
better
but
it
if
looks.
anybody out there wants more metal halides, don't care about the heat, I'm pretty sure back in the shed I have like 27 of them.
There you go.
So is it called a she shed then, or is it a maintenance shed, or just a junk shed? I mean, we got to come up with a clever name
It's
for it.
going down, sir.
It's
like-
going, yeah. It's basically gas can and match shed at this time, and
Yeah,
well,
It's
right
going
now,
down for real.
well, right now the good thing is I have a family of raccoons that live in there, so I gotta kind of keep it up. However, they,
Just for the raccoons.
yeah,
Just
just
evict
for the
them.
raccoons. However, I'm just really nervous that they're gonna chew up my original Solaris LED light that weighs about 67 pounds. And NASA, I believe that there was some they did some copyright thing with NASA and then they had to get rid of it. Now there's no ballast for it, but I feel like it might make a comeback because that the weight of it is so not conducive to being over water at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it literally weighs 60 pounds. But I
Weight
mean,
is durability.
yeah. So also I do have
Is
those. Yes, I do have all
Nailed
those
it.
in the shed too. So if anybody, I will bring out the original Solaris to show you what LEDs did look
So
like
are we
back in the
gonna
day.
raffle those? Or?
That would be fantastic. I'll sign it. And
them
a
and
$1 million idea.
and 3 people will bid on it. My husband, because I'll make him, and my child, and then if there's a viewer out there that would be great.
If we can
Ted-
see the subscribers list. First 50 subscribers raffling off those lights. Pick up only though.
Ted is coming to install
Pick
them.
up only.
Yeah. So
I'm not installing those.
based on that, you can see behind us. These are my 2 personal tanks. The lights just came on, so the corals are kind of, they're not all the way open. But we're running T5s and Radians on this one, and then we're running the Skies on that one. Basically, we were part of the introductory for the skylights, and we kept them on. The color is actually really nice, and the corals do grow really well. So, but these 2 will go away in the next 6-ish months. I say that because we're putting a 600-gallon upstairs. So we will follow that build. However, the tank and the stand have been in the garage for
3
a lot of years. Yeah. So it's a work in progress, but I know now that I bring it up, Cedar's been bugging me. For,
So let's put that on writing. When are we putting that?
Hey,
right.
it's recorded. We
Yeah,
heard it.
yeah.
We heard it.
We'll
It's
get
on.
it. Okay, so you can be part of when we have to take the door off upstairs.
Well, it's gonna be anyways.
Yeah, there you go. We'll just have it. It has to be before the winter.
Is it a reef or is it going to be a fowler?
That's why it hasn't been set up.
The great debate continues.
It is a great
Yeah.
debate. For those of you guys, Doug obviously wants it to be his rare angelfish collection. We have the masked angels in this tank for now. They do enjoy a good LPS now and then. Just expensive ones. Nothing cheap.
Well, it's gotta be tasty.
Yeah, tasty and colorful.
Aged.
Yeah.
Aged to perfection.
I need that 75-year-old Scully. That's the one I really, or Scully. That's the one I really, really want.
But look how beautiful they are, though.
Yeah. They are very, so regardless, we'll either do, I don't know.
I mean,
I want to do it reef tank. Caesar wants to do it reef tank.
I want to do a reef tank.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool as a reef
I'm
tank.
pretty sure that reef tank is
well,
the
we
way-
can have 2 tanks.
Why don't you keep one of these down here for his
Because
fowler?
they're too small.
Oh,
They,
that's
I
true.
mean,
They get
we have the
bigger.
clarion
Yeah,
pair
the
that we
clarion
need to get out. Actually, we're
Bigger.
probably going to be selling or sending the clarion pair for breeding, not selling them. No, just sending them for breeding. Potentially, I don't know.
The world's our oyster.
But I don't really want to. I just want to keep them as. I don't really want to send them out. It's too dangerous.
keep them.
Because when we sent the conspict to Poma Labs, it got lost for 2 days. But luckily, we packed it in like huge, big bags, like
curious
gallons
George.
and gallons of water.
Sorry.
Yeah. So now he's a true stud now.
Hey.
Well, and you have the Regals now too.
Oh yeah, the baby Regals behind me. I forget about them, but yeah, we have 3 of those. So, and we have a couple still at the store that are. I mean, once you put them in the reef tank, like that one that got loose, that keeps getting loose. He's like twice the size of any of the
patterns,
other
too.
ones. The
Their patterns are so
and
much
the
better.
coloration is so much better.
Granted, he was also living that good life of picking on some Wilsonies too.
And the acanthos.
Yep,
You know,
so-
I mean, if you don't really care about a $5,000
It's all about nutrition.
It is, yeah.
It is all about
That's
nutrition.
all what we care about here at New Wave. Just feeding our fish better than ourselves.
You gotta survive, buddy. Here you go.
Yeah.
$500.
Here you get a Wilsoni or you get a acantho, and I'll eat ramen. You're welcome.
Could you imagine a customer coming into the store and buying like a Wilsoni or a meat coral and being like, "Oh, I'm just buying it to feed my angelfish," and then
Yeah. Well, we've had a couple people come in and they want. Can we get the acros to feed
It was the
coralivores
Yep.
for the butterflies?
yeah,
The
they took the
butterflies,
big
there's a few of
colonies
them.
of purple stylo.
And
Yep.
Passiliopora,
Any of those ones, yeah, they come in every few months and ask for
But again,
a mini colony.
the more that I dive and the more that I go to these other places and you see them, they truly are coralivores and they don't belong in the hobby.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why
It's just that we gotta have it.
I know, but
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honesty. I mean, that's what it is. They're beautiful.
I know they really are. Like some of those ornates that I've
yeah.
that I've dove with, it's insane. And a lot of them are like they pair for life. So you'll see several pairs of things,
Yeah.
and that's super awesome. But not in hobby. We can't keep them, and it's not worth it. Like you get 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 1,000. What about the 999?
yeah.
That's rude.
How about your tank?
Nailed it.
Well, I have a 120-gallon Fat Boy. Kind
Well,
of.
what about your tank?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're not talking about.
I
your
wish it
boyfriend.
was only 120. The 120 Fat Boy, kind of a Frankenstein build, mixed reef. So it's more SPS dominant. I like to call it an SPS dominant mixed reef. So acros, bird's nest. But there's NEMs in there. There's ZOAs in there. There's GSP in there.
Uh-oh.
So
Yeah.
Wait.
there's GSP.
Are you talking about rare
It's
Indo
the
lawn
ultra
coral?
rare neon GSP.
The
Neon,
rare
neon.
Indo lawn
Yeah.
coral.
The rarest of the rare.
Well, yours is a special one.
Only
It's the
grows in
special
current
one. Yep.
in the best situations.
Luckily contained on a small rock work in the front left side of the tank.
BS.
So it's there for the optimal viewing pleasure.
You
But
what?
we're hoping for max propagation.
Yes, exactly. I'm gonna have to bring it in to frag it up. We'll do like 50 a frag on that one.
Oh
but-
yeah, maybe like for 3 polyps or something. That'd
Yeah.
be great for the rare
it.
Indonesian lawn coral.
The rarest of the rare.
Yeah. So that's been that particular system's been up and running. I actually came from an older system, transferred into it. We ought to be close to coming up to a year now on that system, but it's settled in pretty well. So things are starting to grow on it. And it's looking more natural.
What's your
but-
favorite fish in there?
Oh, there I would have to do probably the purple tang as far as looks. Either that or the mandarin goby.
It's because it's
I'm a
Vikings
sucker for
color.
mandarin
The
gobies.
mandarin goby.
Yeah.
Cool.
And just the way they move and interact.
I think they look like hummingbirds.
yeah,
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They're
Definitely.
like the
But as far as personality goes, I have a rescue hippo tang. It's full adult. This thing, it looks brutal, but I can tell you it's fully healthy. It's got some permanent fin damage. But the personality on that fish is
I
just.
think it was from poor water quality from
Yeah,
high
I
nitrates.
know, right?
it might be. And we'll get into that
It's
topic in
probably
a later
still a
episode.
It's
Is
actually
it still rescued?
need of rescue.
No,
He
gotta
it is
said.
sign.
not. Tank police, do not come for me. Everything is fine. Okay. But
I feed
this-
him nori. It is okay.
Yes, he eats like a champ.
He's one of 37 in
But
his
he-
tank.
It's gonna be okay, Jared. It's fine.
Yeah,
What?
he acts so weird though. Just the things that those hippo tangs do, and I don't know if it's the same with all hippo tangs, but this one just does weird things, and it's hilarious to just look at the tank at any given moment and just
They
watch what
actually
he
are
does.
really. They nailed it when they picked Dory and like
Yep.
the personality. I've swam with them in the ocean, and they're singular. I mean, they'll have like the schools of like the babies with the big ones, but in the open ocean, you'll see one single one, and they're just dumb looking. They're just like literally they have no care. They would literally bonk into you.
Yep.
And so they absolutely nailed it when they picked that.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Seriously, that's
just
it.
keep swimming.
I could, yeah, I had never seen him besides my last trip when we were in Indonesia, and I mean, literally, could have hit it with my GoPro because he was just had no idea what was going on.
Like, whoa, bro,
They're
what are you
great
doing here?
They are beautiful
Classic.
fish.
And everyone always asks for them too. You know, like when they come and look at your tank at home, they're
Where's
like, "Oh, do you have a
Dory?"
dory fish in there, or do you have Nemo?" Or
Yeah, and nobody calls them hippos anymore.
No,
It's
it's
just Dory.
definitely
they're
not.
dories.
It's Dory.
Yeah.
Or yeah, I think they're also called regal tangs.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I think they're regal.
Yep.
Oh.
It's actually also there's so many different names for different and I know for wrasses too. Like we get a lot of recommendation or like I would like to have this wrasse and I'm like I've never heard of it and it's like a Christmas wrasse but they call it something totally different.
I have
Yeah.
noticed that recently. Like
Speaking
they're
of that, I
doing
didn't know we had a yellow belly at the store.
A yellow belly hippo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he moves corals. Do you want to take him home?
Yep. Please,
No, I just thought it's pretty.
Yeah, that was a
Senor, he can come to your house. He'll fit in perfectly.
I've already have a Dory there, and she's mean.
Well, then you can have a yellow belly and a regular belly.
She's not
Actually-
a Dory. She's more like a Matilda.
So that yellow belly is actually going to be going to Augsburg College, because we gave them a couple other yellow bellies, and they're working on that breeding program. So I was going to donate them. It
Nice.
does have a little bit of lateral line on it. So I mean, but I'm not going to.
But he's a
So-
coral flipper. What?
He is a coral. He is a coral flipper.
you
so
got a coral? You got a flip?
Yeah.
Give it to her.
He'll do it.
you want that Scully to land right on that Sophia and see who wins. We got
Was
it.
that the one that was in the LPS tank?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I saw it
one.
for the first
That
time.
That.
one.
Oh, that little guy? Don't you worry about that little guy.
Yeah, let's go send him. We'll do breeding program him.
Yep.
Yeah. He's college material.
Yep.
Yep. He needs to go chill out. I guess it's slapping over there.
No, it's they're
Fish are
hungry.
slapping. Yep.
Really?
All the wrasses, yeah. That's why it's that lid when we're down here just doing whatever, you hear every like 10, 15 minutes someone's bonking their head on the lid like jumping. Yeah. We have all of our wrasses on auto feeders, well all of our tanks on auto feeders. Those angels actually won't even eat frozen food.
How many times do you feed per day on that?
4. So we have a huge refugium on there, and we do run a little bit of no pox because we have to feed so heavily. We have a ton of fish in there. If you see, because I wanted to put them up in the big tank. We have the yellow anthias, which I'm not sure if they actually get like 6-7 inches. And then obviously those big, and then we got a bunch of tangs in there too, and I think 11 different kind of wrasses.
Keep looking at your rhomboid. That rhomboid
That's my
is-
favorite.
yeah.
Rhomboids are my absolute favorite.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, and so I had a trio, and now I have the sub male and that full male, and I know that people say it's a thing where they're like, if once they get terminal male, that they end up not living very much longer. I really hope that's not true,
Yeah.
because he's been a terminal male for about a year, and I just hope that it's not terminal.
But is that a thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
It
thing.
is a thing where that's where they. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any factual basis on that. I know that it's a common that's why people ask,
Yep, it's
how
common
old is
occurrence.
it? I
Yep.
don't know. I mean, the last time I asked my fish how old they were and when their birthday was, I mean, I got no response. So,
Knock on the lid.
yeah. Knock on the lid for each year you are. I mean,
Right.
how are you ever supposed to know? Like, well, how many years do you think I got out of this fish? I don't know. I mean, I had a coral beauty for 26 years,
Yeah.
and I also had,
Oh, yeah.
a blue spot jawfish for 3 days. So, I mean, there you go.
Rest in peace.
I know. I won't get them anymore. I call them all Brian, but they always end up on the floor no matter what. So I've had 3 Brians. That was it.
I've had 4 Brians.
4?
Yep. I kept trying for a while, and then they
Trying for a Brian. Trying
just carpet
at least-
surfers
that's
almost
a good-
every single time.
that's a-
Did you ever think about the fact that maybe they don't like that name?
I know that's true, or maybe they just don't like my
Well,
tank.
mine. I had a pair of them actually, and their names were Brian and Brenda. But Brian did not like Brenda, and
No. No.
You heard it first, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
Brian didn't like Brenda, and he literally thought that the dried out carpet was way better option for him than Brenda. So he tried jumping out like 40 times.
Been there,
That
done
was a
that.
bad relationship.
Yep. And so I took Brenda out, and he calmed down.
We do
and
not
then
support
he
that.
Ended up jumping out. Yeah.
I think he was right.
Good job making the moves, Brenda. From Brian. Let's play it safe, guys.
No one take any notes here, okay?
Yeah. We were talking fish, not dating tactics.
Bingo.
Well, Ted?
I
do you
guess
got?
we're talking about me now.
Yeah. Let's.
My fabulous tank of all tanks. It is a 14-gallon Peninsula. What?
With the blue hippo tang. No.
Shh, you weren't supposed to let my secret out. I got 4 blue hippos. No, I'm just kidding. Fish-wise, I actually do have I got a bunch of fish in there. 2 or 3 wrasses, the Pico wrasses, so that's kind of awesome. A clownfish, a interceptor as well, a black one, which you don't see too often anymore, and
Wait.
also a
What's
bunch
an
of corals.
interceptor?
It's the fish that swim upside down. That's all I know about them.
Oh, like the yellow
Assessor.
one?
The
Yeah,
yellow
the
assessor. Sorry,
assessor.
assessor. Sorry.
I was like, what's an
Interceptor, assessor.
whatever.
It sounds cooler.
It
Yeah.
does sound way better. That's
I
probably
think
why I
his
got
name
it
is
from.
Interceptor. The
It's-
assessor.
They nailed it.
The assessors are awesome fish, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
Super
him.
cool to watch.
Personality wise, he's the king of the tank. Just because they also swim upside down, but he's just out and about all day, every day, hanging out, doing good things.
I wonder why they actually. I think they probably live on ledges.
I did some research. It
caves
is
in the
cave
rock
Caves and
work.
ledges,
Yep.
yeah. One interesting thing about that is like Midas blennies. You would think because they don't really have a swim bladder that they would. Now I've seen them in the wild. They swim out in the open with Anthias, like they're part of an Anthias school.
Really?
I've
I've noticed
never
that.
thought that.
Yeah.
It's because they like the ladies.
The ladies, all the ladies.
Anthias.
Oh, Anthias, yeah.
It's a bad one.
Nice
So
try.
we're here for aquariums and not for jokes either.
Don't pay attention.
Although we do
Dad
want to do
joke fail.
dad joke, bad joke Mondays.
I gotta have one of each.
It's true. I
What
don't
were you
have a
gonna
good
say? You have a
dad
gold
joke.
Midas?
Oh, no, I was just saying.
Does
that
anybody
I've
have a gold Midas?
Seen where they
I
swim
want
with
one.
Anthias.
I want one too now.
I've tried one, but he didn't make it too long in my tank because I don't think I
it's
had
so
a good.
big?
It's so spacious for him.
It's because of the 4 yellow.
It probably is. The
It's
4
for all the
yellows.
hippo
Yeah.
tangs and the 4 yellow tangs
Yeah.
and the black tang and then
know.
Yeah. He
The-
doesn't have enough space.
the Midiatis grouper.
Forgot about him. Don't worry, he's a juvenile, so he,
Oh, yeah. That's
they really only grow to the size of the tank, guys. So
Right.
I mean,
I'll move him out
we're-
before he gets too big.
Oh my god! I'm planning on upgrading to a 25 Peninsula.
so he still got like about an inch left of room.
I was gonna go to a 20-gallon. Okay, let's pump the brakes here.
Oh.
Let's go slow and steady.
Oh, man.
So how long have you had that tank out for?
Up and running, I've had it for about 2 years now.
I thought you were gonna say like 2 weeks. It's like
Nope.
sweet. I have all those fish. 2
2
weeks.
weeks, yeah.
Perfect.
2 years. That thing has been across country and back again. That's kind of the fun story about that tank. I set it up in Washington for about 3 months, got all the fish and everything, take it back, bring it back to Minnesota. That was a fun trip. Pretty much just bear hugged it
Yeah, just
on the drive. Just sat in my lap the whole time.
Talk to him.
Yeah, he did.
Hey guys, how you
Don't
doing?
mind me.
I mean, if you're gonna have a tank to do it, it's that tank.
Yeah,
Oh,
So-
absolutely. A
He
little
had a
14
little
gallon.
straw,
Yeah.
and he was just blowing in there, like give him air. Hey guys, and they're-
Jacuzzi time.
Rubbing his hands on the glass to heat it up.
Oh, no, I kept it classy. I kept towels around it.
Oh,
That's how I kept it warm, guys. Jeepers.
Oh, dear.
Get it together.
yeah. because he doesn't have heat in his car. So
No.
there's that.
Oh,
And it was
absolutely
winter.
not. Dead of winter.
And actually,
Going uphill both ways.
Yeah, it was on a motorcycle.
You're being generous. It wasn't a motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
It was a Segway.
Oh my god, that is something I want to see. Do you know anybody that has a Segway?
I've ridden them. I don't know anyone who has them.
Oh, Doug, I think ran into somebody. Oh, that was not good. When he ran into somebody on a Segway, I think at like the grocery store or something.
Like actually run into it.
No, I that would have
physically.
been even funnier, but no. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him about that, but I've never really driven on a Segway.
They're tricky. They're tricky ones
Especially with an
to drive.
aquarium.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a long 1,300 miles.
Props to you for that.
Only 1,300.
Well, you know, part of it you kind of black out because you're in the mountains. It's cold.
Did you partially drain the tank for this, or was it full?
I started full.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
really?
okay.
Yep. Like halfway through the trip, it kind of got like a quarter, and then
You had to peel the ice off the top too.
Bingo.
Yeah.
You got to keep her going.
But for real, you started with the tank full? No.
No.
Okay, good.
I started with it like
I'm like,
quarter of the way.
I started it full, and then I had to take a sharp right, and then it was half full. And
You
yeah,
know, Dumb
'cause-
and Dumber scene. Oh, it's so warm.
We're just going to make a disclaimer here. Ted did not, in fact, drive with the Segway with this fish tank. Please do not come at us.
Yeah.
I think I did this. No,
And
I
he-
did not.
Nor
Oh,
does
like
he have
comments?
7 yellow tangs or whatever. He only has 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually,
0 tangs are in the
Howard.
14-gallon peninsula.
Oh, come on.
yeah.
0 tangs are in that tank.
Yes.
But that's it. There's a bunch of coral in there. Well, there's some torches. I just moved my first anemone in there.
Oh,
I feel nervous about it. I
Mr.
know.
I don't like anemones.
I know. The longest time I was like, I hate anemones. They move, they sting everything, blah, 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 blah. Now I got one and I'm kind of loving him.
What
He's
kind
awesome.
is it?
It's
A
just-
carpet?
No,
Just kidding.
I didn't do a carpet. I was thinking about getting one of the Maxi Minis.
No,
Just-
they eat your fish.
Just to try and see how quickly they could eat all my fish. I know I got to get rid of all these tangs one way or the other. Inappropriate. Sorry, guys. That is not what is happening in that 14-gallon tank.
What do you got against tangs? I mean, why do you
No.
want to get rid of them?
We'll get into that later on. I'm not that bad of a tang police guy, but I do have an issue with tangs in
You have
smaller
limits.
tanks. Yep.
Yeah. And
4 is your limit.
yeah, 4
Or
and
4 in a 4-gallon, correct?
yes.
Yes, okay.
It's
Now
one
20
tank.
gallons.
Yeah.
I thought it was 1 tang per gallon.
I thought it was
Yeah.
the inch per, what is it, the inch per fish rule or something
No,
like that?
it's 1 tang per gallon.
Bingo. Nailed it.
No,
I thought it was a 1 inch per gallon of.
That's
I know
what it
that's
is.
what it
Yep.
used to be.
Yeah.
Like people ask all the time, how many fish can I put in my tank? I don't know. I mean,
How much
well,
maintenance
I-
do you
I-
want to do?
I have I have a huge aquarium. It's 35 gallons.
I love that one. Oh my God, I have such a large setup. And it's like, oh, I have a 14-gallon tank. That's not a
It's
large
like,
setup.
okay, yeah. And they're like, but I also have a protein skimmer. It's like, okay, yeah.
Have you heard of those?
Yeah.
One of those protein
Oh,
skimmers.
Well, speaking of protein skimmers, back to the she shed. I got one that's like 18 feet tall that literally would probably run only the 14-gallon.
More than
Was that
most
the
like.
one that runs with?
The Venturi thing.
Yep.
It's
Oh,
like
I
a
thought it was-
backdraft.
I thought it ran with an air pump.
Oh,
you seen
oh,
those?
with the,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, I have seen
with the
those ones.
bubblers.
Yep.
No,
How old is this thing?
I don't know. Probably older than you.
Ouch.
Sheesh.
I'm 16, by the way.
I'll do it for Jen.
There it is.
older than you?
I'm jealous because you're young, but
Yeah.
no, I don't know how old it is, but it's a downdraft skimmer.
But she's probably not lying
Yeah, so
about
it's
it's
just
older
first-
than him, though.
Yeah.
No, they are really, really
Yeah.
old, and then I think I don't know. They never really did much. I
They were
mean,
cool because they were like 8 feet tall.
I know.
And it looked like you were doing something really cool
You
on
can
your
hold
tank.
it
That's
faster
true.
with it open.
I know
Yep.
exactly, and I wanted to turn it into like a bubbler, like almost like a lava lamp. I thought that would be kind of a cool use for it, but again, that's one of my projects of doing with all of the other things. So it's
believe
never
it's
it's never
all of
gonna
the
happen.
stuff and the things.
and the stuff. Not gonna happen.
I think that should be our first T-shirt right there. I'm doing all the stuff and the things.
And the things.
And
But nothing is happening.
yeah, but nothing
And
is
on the
happening.
back, nothing is happening.
Yeah.
I saw a meme and it had all those pallets, and it's like, look what I made with all the pallets I collected, and it was just a pile of pallets. Because that is so mean.
Then you just throw a match at it.
Oh.
Bonfire.
Well, I don't want to get rid of. Doug calls it the antique shop, or whatever. All the antiquities, he says.
We could
on
do-
the
We
shop.
can make it a
We could do a new wave antique show.
It could be
a
an
museum.
aquarium museum. Yeah.
And the aquarium museum, yes, because there's some relics in there. There's some good stuff.
First you have to get over your fear of-
lungs filled with.
Oh yeah, asbestos
Cobwebs.
Asbestos, but
is
hey.
is kind of a thing ish.
I
I mean,
mean,
you'll be fine. Just wear a mask.
run
Just be
through it
protected.
quick.
Yeah,
Trojan man.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Wrong protection. Wrong protection.
Oh. And welcome to New Wave After Dark.
Sorry, it was way too PC. In there. We just had to correct that.
We're trying to keep this family friendly, sir.
Yes.
Why'd you guys invite me?
Well, we got
Yeah.
it. We wanted it entertaining as well, and
That's fair.
we needed a guy with a beard, I guess.
Yeah.
Want to talk more than him,
About that.
and I'm the quiet one.
Yep.
I was thinking of shaving off my beard, guys.
Don't do it.
Just having a dirty mustache.
Oh no.
Like the grossest of the grossest mustache.
A dirty Sanchez.
Oh yeah, worse than that. Just straight
for
handlebars.
Magna?
Yep, just for Magna.
Uh,
Just
There
I
we
think it
go.
would look legendary.
just exactly. I have a saying about mustaches. Men respect it, women fear it.
Or men respect it and women hate it.
Either way.
and-
Either
well,
way.
I don't
I
know
think
if
both are
respect
accurate,
it,
yeah.
but
I don't. Okay, so everybody hates it except for Ted.
Yeah, then, fair enough.
I
And also
it'd be okay for
Caesar.
a little while, but
So I'm gonna bring the mustache and the beard into aquariums because Ted had a really unique.
you're gonna grow one.
No, I tried
Oh.
a couple times. It was a hard fail, but
It's a hard no.
Ted on there he had a beard incident with an Elliot with a T5 light. So I think we're gonna end on this Ted story.
I
'cause
have not heard this story
This is a
before.
Let's hear
absolutely
it, Ted.
fantastic, legendary story.
And the client that it happened to, it just like couldn't have been a better person for it. So it was an old school T5 setup. There was 8, I believe it was the 8-1. So there's 8 T5s on there. I'm just doing regular maintenance on the aquarium. Kind of was getting in there, doing my greasy thing, getting it all in there. My face is up, and all of a sudden I'm looking down and I'm seeing smoke. So, your first instinct is, oh, look at the light. What's going on? Okay, light's not going on. And you're kind of like, oh, man, it's getting warm all of a sudden. And you continue to see the smoke. Well, sure enough, the client that I was servicing their tank happened to mention, I think your beard is on fire. Sure enough, yep, the good old T5s lit my beard on fire. And it was a perfect line, like straight from my mustache all the way down.
How did you not notice that?
Well, he came back to the store, and I'm like, "How was what happened? Like, how was your day? What happened?"
Oh,
and
it
he
was
just like,
bad.
"Don't ask." And he was literally like a
was
shameful
mad?
animal. Like he just tucked it and he said, "Don't ask." Please
Oh, I
don't ask."
literally threw the socks in there and I was like covering my mouth. Like, nobody
Runs
look
out
at
quick.
me.
This was
Oh, yeah.
pre-COVID, so there's no masks.
Yep.
And he
Oh, it was
was
brutal.
very, very unhappy about the whole.
So
idea.
did you end up like just shaving it all off?
Oh
to
yeah,
get
the
rid of
next
it?
day. I tried everything that night. Like I was sitting there trimming it. Like, okay, maybe
Put
if
a
I do
line on
this.
the other side.
Yep. I was like, oh, maybe I'll be a cool guy and have 2 lines in my beard. No.
So
That was the
there's
smell
the
delicious.
moral of the story.
Oh,
is
it smelled
mind
terrible.
Mind your beard.
Don't
Mind
have
your
a
beard.
beard around T5s or metal halides.
Oh my gosh.
Bingo. And it was back like I had a for real beard then. Now I just keep it very trimmed
Dude, I can
because
start a fire with mine.
yeah, that's no bueno.
I've definitely
They
started
get
my
really,
hair on
really
fire.
hot.
I have.
I mean, it's like a little.
But nothing
Fun.
is fun, and nothing is as cool as the beard story. I'll never forget that.
The beard story.
I
The
feel,
day
I feel
after
like you forgot
work.
about that.
I did. The day after work was probably the most embarrassing day ever because I came in and I was baby faced and everybody like looked at me and were like, are you new? Hi.
We did, and then of course me. He's like, don't you dare tell anybody. Basically, and of course there's me. He's like, hey guys, I got a secret, but don't anybody tell Ted. And when he came in, everyone's like, beard was on fire. He was really mad.
Well, that worked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So secrets at New Wave, not happening.
No,
Yeah.
man.
But we're
Secrets
here to
out.
share all of our secrets and our embarrassing stories,
Oh, we
all on this podcast in New Wave After Dark.
Bum, 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 bum. I feel like we should do news team now.
Do we do
News
like
Team
an official
Central.
sign off or like?
I think we'll come up with one.
Oh,
but
do your glitter thing.
oh yeah, Brendan shoots.
Just doesn't have to be like just fake it.
It got awkward.
Yeah, I like it pretty fast.
Awesome.